Another woman has got into some hot water, but this time not for what went into her body, but what came out of her mouth. Rachel Nichols was caught.
Oh my God.
I don't know how people, I got to be honest with you. I don't know how people still get caught with cameras on, these Zoom calls that, guys are caught doing stuff with the camera still on or microphone still on. At some
Anthony
point, you
K,
need to know, right?
Look at this lady. She's recording us. We're getting recorded. Everything's
Yeah.
recorded. Everything's recorded. How can you think it's not?
So I'm going to put the big question out to you. Was this more about Rachel Nichols being a racist and didn't want a black woman to take her job? Or was this Rachel Nichols saying, Maria Taylor's really good at her job and I might lose it and I'm going to do everything I can to keep my job? Or somewhere in the middle?
I think it's somewhere in the middle.
I asked the tough question, Dusty. You should know.
Yes, you do. You do. I think it's somewhere in the middle. I think, but I do think Rachel felt the pressure of somebody who has the potential to take a job. Another younger, taller, good-looking lady who
played basketball and listen,
absolutely.
In my opinion, everyone has their own. I think Maria Taylor is better than Rachel Nichols. Not that Rachel Nichols is bad, but I think she is better. Yeah.
Right, and she has relationships with these players.
Yeah,
because she knows what they've done and their background and what they've gone through. Rachel don't know that, and so I'm not gonna just give my job away easily. I'm gonna fight for it, and that's what Rachel was doing, and she fought the wrong way.
Right.
And I just it's unfortunate, but everybody who says there's a hot mic, are you crazy? There's a mic everywhere.
There's always a hot mic.
Oh my gosh!
Listen, you know it when you start talking and your phone responds back to you. You know.
Right. Yes. What did you say? Siri says. What did you say?
Yeah, exactly. Come on, Dusty. You think?
I mean, I'm a huge fan of Maria. Like, I'm just a huge fan of what she does for the industry. We're relatively the same age. We don't know one another, but came up during the same time in sports. I know a lot of Maria Taylors in different industries that are grinding and elevating, and things are happening younger and younger and younger now, because that's just what happens.
Yeah, it's killing me.
So yeah, I just think Rachel probably went about it the wrong way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's I don't know if intimidated or what the right word would be, but I mean, you have somebody on your heels that's really, really good.
Yeah.
I think sometimes too, people lose sight of collaboration and partnership, and they think that it's a one-line den and there's enough room for everyone. In that world, I don't know that world, right?
Yeah.
I don't know ESPN or whatever and how it looks and how that stuff's done. I just think there was a just a poor choice in the moment. But with all that being said, take that, like, Maria Taylor deserves everything that she's going to get. Right?
100%.
Without a doubt, right? Like, whatever this happens, like, this isn't like oh yeah, she's just going to get it because of this. Is like, she deserves it.
Yeah.
Like, and everything that I've seen, in her work and what she does and her passion and her interest and her genuine intent to build relationships when she talks and when she communicates, like, it's elite.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, she deserves to be in the forefront of whatever industry she chooses. She just happens to be in that sports broadcasting world.
Yeah. It's interesting that everything Rachel Nichols said, she didn't say anything that was, I don't want to say untrue, because there's a couple, but if you think about what she said ESPN has had a bad history of their, lack of diversity in their hiring. Well, that's true. And what did she say? I don't want her to take, I don't want them to take it out on me. So at my expense. What does that really mean? I don't want her taking my job. Right.
Absolutely.
So that's why when I heard it, I was like, because I actually listened, a lot of people didn't actually listen to it. They just made their opinion, but I actually listened to the whole thing. I'm like, I get it. Here is someone who's scared for her job and she doesn't want to lose it. But there was this underlying thing of, because she's black. And I think that's what rubbed people the wrong way, because Maria Taylor's not getting it because she's a black woman. She's getting it because she's good at her job. And I think that's what everyone needs to focus on, is that and I would hate for this, this is what I'm afraid of, is now both of their names get tied to this, and neither one of them, they're kind of like, hey, we don't want that drama. And they both kind of get pushed to the side, which would be very unfortunate for her. The other part that came out of this was I'll call it the apology, but I don't know that it wasn't an apology for me. And maybe I'm the last person that needs to comment on this, but when I don't know that she actually apologized for what she said. She said, hey, I don't like that it hurts some people. But then it was Richard Jefferson and Kendrick Perkins who talked more than she did. And that actually, I think, blew up in ESPN's face even more than anything else, because they're like, why are these two guys having to come to her rescue? Let her be there by herself, own her mistake, own what she said. And then, hey, you want to move on to NBA Finals coverage, which you should? Okay, go do that. But did it strike you as odd that Kendrick Perkins and Richard Jefferson, were like the knights in shining armor coming to save her?
That was the second biggest mistake she made. Because then she got fear, because she didn't know what to do. She was afraid anything she did was going to be negative. And to me, you got to walk it out. Regardless of what it is, you just got to own it. And hey, it's on me. I apologize to you. And people get over things when it happens that way. Now it's going in all these different directions. Now they've taken it away from her. I mean, now she's going to become an outsider here very soon.
I feel, again, hindsight's always 2020. It's easy to say, but I would have liked for her to come out by herself, say, look, this is what I said. Why I said it was because I was scared. I love my job and I don't want to lose it to someone who's very talented. And I think hey, maybe I handled it wrong. We should have worked together. A million things. I think she could have handled it better. So.
Wow.